Yeah. So one of the resources which I consumed in discovering my purpose was Finding Your Purpose, audible book by Professor Christine Whelan. Professor Christine Whelan is called Happy Professor. She teaches at University of Wisconsin Madison as a professor for finding purpose for people and giving them tools and techniques to live their life of purpose. It's a beautiful 10-hour audible journey which I went through multiple times. What else did I consume? I consumed Gary Vee's 12 and a half, like anything over last 1.5 years. I've read it, I've listened to it, I keep listening to it, and it has given me a lot of conviction and clarity about, pursuing life with a long-term purpose and not just getting burnt out in short run. It has given me clarity on my values of patience and combined with ambition, that, kindness combined with authority, or combined with conviction. So it's very interesting journey. That book has really made me a better person. Then I consumed briefly Professor BJ Hawk's Tiny Habits book. But more than consuming the book, I had a privilege of having personal training and mentoring from Sukumar Rajgopalan and Kumaran. Who are these two gentlemen? It is very important for me to introduce them. Sukumar is a very senior corporate leader from Cognizant, the company which I currently work for. I have seen him over last 15 years as an inspirational leader in the company, subsequently starting his own venture several years ago, and then had a benefit of getting personally trained and coached by him as part of our executive leadership development program starting 2017. And then in 2022 we connected back. When I was last time in India, I met with Sukumar and Kumaran, and I sought their wisdom in my journey of purpose. And by the time I was getting some clarity that my purpose is to help people find their purpose, because I found this is a very interesting situation, that I am on a journey of finding purpose, but I'm also getting to meet and touch upon resources which are helpful either in finding purpose or living a life of purpose, because knowledge alone is not enough. And this is where this relationship, I think, is playing a big role. Sukumar and Kumaran run a company called Tiny Magic, which helps people build habits for life using the framework of Professor BJ Hawk and his book Tiny Habits, which I love like anything. So I am building a habit using this book, and that is to love myself. So what I do is, whenever I see a physical mirror, I tell it, my name is Sunil, I love myself. Whether it is elevator, whether it is a CR, whether it is my shaving and brushing, and this is the journey. So this book basically is giving me a conviction that discipline and willpower are not needed to have a disciplined life. Yeah, that's what we'll talk about. The third book which came to my life was, I would say a God-sent book. And that goes back to one philosophy which I have learned, is that books find you, not you, right? So books choose you. This is from Rajas sir. I'll talk about him in a bit. So Namita Dargani, she is founder of Art of Living Philippines, sent me this book called Your Stand is Your Brand. This is a book by Patrick Gantamo. This book, firstly, what did it help me with? It helped me to realize that whatever we create in our lives, we should be able to destroy it, we should be able to give it up, and secondly, we should be working in a combine and conquer manner. Typically, we are taught divide and conquer. Anything you want to do individually or collectively, divide it as a team. Patrick says combine, and he combined his wisdom with his wife's wisdom, and they together are now helping people take stand in their life on their values and their philosophies. So that book was really a game changer for me, because it gave me that sense that whatever I have done so far may not be the one which I will ever do, and whatever I do in future may not be the end of it. So let's see where this journey goes. So what I'm trying to say now is that there are 3 academic works which are getting very close to me as my life philosophy. One of them is Finding Your Purpose by Professor Christine Whelan. Second is Tiny Habits by Professor BJ Hawkes. Third is Your Stand is Your Brand by Patrick Gantamo. And what is Patrick's journey? Patrick has started as a career operator, and then he realized his calling was not to just physically heal people, but to help people elevate their game. Then he started a consulting company helping startups and companies and individuals and social organizations to elevate their game. He ran that successfully for 23 years, but then he found there was a lot of stress in his life, and he was not able to enjoy a personal relationship while enjoying professional success. So what did he do? He started looking for selling that company, and that journey led him to an experience which is very meaningful for some of us who have created something big, and they get attached to it because for 23 years he was devoted to his cause of helping others, right? And then he was selling this company. So he narrates that when the deal was to be signed, he had traveled to Europe and he was going to sign the document, and on the way, one side of his body, he started feeling paralytic. He started feeling very anxious. He felt as if he was having a stroke. So the cab itself, his business colleague who was there, they took him to the hospital. He was put in a lot of investigations. All the tests, neurological or whatever, were done. Doctor comes to him, says, "Hey Patrick, seems like you are having anxiety attack." And Patrick was confused. He didn't expect himself to be under anxiety. The reason being, he had always lived a life of stress and conflicting situations. So he felt he had great ability to deal with stress. But then as he was sitting there, they went down to further interpret his test and all. He realized in the hospital that actually his soul was shaken with the sale of that business. Yeah, that his identity was going. And I related very well with it. For last 15 years, I'm working in a company, doing great. And somewhere that gives me a comfort and also a security and identity, right? So as I'm embarking on this journey, I realized somewhere there would be a professional choices to be made, and I should be okay to let it go based on the velocity of my current purpose project taking off. So that has given me actually a confidence to not feel scared about stability in life actually. So with that, where we are today, we are launching this beautiful thing called Purpose Project, where our purpose is to help everyone find their purpose and develop habits which will help them build a beautiful life. And then secondly, give them courage that sometime whatever is getting created will have to be shunned and destroyed to move on to something better. So how will we do this will be part of my coming talk or the chapter. But the other things which influenced me besides Tiny Magic, besides Art of Living, was Sattvic Movement. Sattvic Movement is a wonderful organization founded by two beautiful people called Shubha and Harsh. And there is a faculty called Rajatji. He runs a program called 5 a.m. challenge, and I've done it 4 times. Right now I'm doing it 4th time. And that challenge has transformed me. It's a beautiful journey to realize that 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is a victory hour where universe conspires us to be at our best, So I found my purpose in these very forums, and with these mentors, I would be mistaken if I don't add some other names here who have helped me in this journey. Kripa Shankar had been an instrumental person, very closely guiding me over last several months since October to be precise, October of 2022. So nearly 5-6 months I've been having privilege to personally get counseling and guidance from Kripa. I have had a wonderful experience of staying at Vaksana, and not in the typical guest lodge, but more as a personal guest to their family. I was very happy to meet Kripa's grandmother Pati, and she's an enthusiastic person. I bet it. You have to go to Vaksana to meet Pati. And besides Kripa, there are other mentors and guides who are helping me. So in Sneh World, Nakshatra ji is one of the very senior coaches, and he is a multi-dimensional person. He is personally coaching me, Nakshatra Mehua. Then I've got access to Mr. Sunil Tulsiani, who is a multi-millionaire ex-cop in Canada in the real estate and coaching field. And it has been wonderful journey for Sneh ji to connect me to Sunil Tulsiani ji and get his coaching and mentoring. Then I have Ashwin, who is on a mission to help 1 billion people. He is a close mentor. Then I have Shyam ji, senior Art of Living teacher and an entrepreneur and a corporate executive who is guiding me. And then I have Keshav, who is a blockchain guru and also a marketing expert. So with these people collectively coming into my life, playing a role of what I call as founder mentor of Purpose Project. I'll talk in the next video what Purpose Project is and where we are going, how you can join us. Thank you.